感觉从这里开始好了。
Does it have to be right now? Fine. Does it have...
你真骰子真扯，这骰子真扯。
Need the help of an elder, huh?
Don't run away now.
We'll see about that.
Sometimes you have to go all in. This could get a little chilly.
You're trembling. The pale flame smolders.
You're welcome.
我没意见。
Witness my suffering! Come, put up a fight! Manifest!
好凶残，哪会？
Come, put up a fight!
Don't get too close!
All must burn!
I couldn't save
Oh.
哦，
Come, put up a fight!
啊，有一个主 C 的感觉真好，有一个不会随时暴毙的主 C 真好。
Evidently, accepting your challenge despite being unprepared wasn't a particularly wise move.
Sure thing. Been looking for someone to try out these new cards on.
和多邻国合作，我有看到。我的前辈呢？应该要前辈跟多邻国合作啊。多邻国这么想要学生，这么想要绑住学生，就跟法洛山前辈那么想要学生的感觉是一样的啊。怎么是跟塞诺跟缇娜？我不服。被迫学语言，对呀、啊，就是应该要法洛山啊，不然就是来一个艾尔海森啊，不是艾尔海森可能不会逼你学习，但艾尔海森会帮派蒙学习。你也不看看他这些年送派蒙的书都已经快堆成山了。
Need the help of an elder, huh?
Power cord!
不是不跟猫头鹰吗？今天载回来就被擒了。可是原神里面没有猫头鹰吧？没有猫头鹰的种族啊。
Too late for regrets.
，Let's rock and roll.
有啦，那
Amp
个
it up.
讲迪鲁克也有点勉强啊。
You're trembling. Power cord! Power cord!
有点危险。
I never asked for redemption.
哎，
I never asked for redemption.
Right on beat.
Observe! Flags fly!
Amp it up.
哇，好扯！看新眼怎么这么难打。
Woo-hoo-hoo! Was I on top form or was I on top form? Sure thing.
I'll hang out with you youngsters. So,
继续看动画。
step. Flags fly.
Pyrotechnic!
You're trembling. The pale flame smolders.
Hey.
Your soul will be incinerated! Come, put up a fight!
Sure, I'll hang out with you youngsters. We'll see about that.
Didn't make. Oh, lost my groove there. Let's rock and roll. Crossover.
Gears of the storm. Time.
Right on beat. over the place.
哦，差一点，差一点过。
Come, put up a fight.
Oh, feels like that one.
We'll need a strategy. Allow me! I want to help. Stand clear. As per our contract. We'll need a strategy. Hold the line! I want to help.
Cryo Incarnate!
As per our contract.
Unleash! Manifest!
My contract goes unfulfilled.
A touch of frost.
We'll need a strategy. I can do it. My research has failed. Hold the line.
The scourge of evil remains.
Is this retribution?
用星海凹最后一档，星海快凹过了，加油 ！Coco me！
By ordinance divine.
Billowing surge!
No escape from fate.
我赢了，熬过啦，笑死！没什么了不起，你只是打牌的时间比我长罢了，不要讲出来。
Hey, a letter from the Knights of Avonius! Sounds like Albedo's back and he's waiting for us on Dragonspine. No time to waste! Let's get going!
No time to waste， 走喽，我们来去救救杜林喽。
This world is full of...
先摸个每日。杜林任务结束有服装吗？5天好懒哦，你就放着嘛。 解了你就放。哦，好像是衣服会有一点点不一样嘛，好像是这样子。我不知道，我没有杜林，你问我。还是你现在跟我保证我就会抽出杜林？应该不可能吧？你信我都不信了。
Close your eyes. Do not fear the dark. Be silent. Close your eyes. To dust.
我不知道，对啊。反正我早出，你晚归。
Be silent.
照你现在的话，那你的杜林是早出，那你的哥伦比亚就会晚归。莫名的开始诅咒人。画了一个大宝的石头，还是很，至少你有的课。找到。
So this is the other Durin, huh?
哦，伞兵第一次看到。
If this had been the dragon that ended up being revived in Mondstadt, there's no telling what kind of calamity that people would have had to endure. So, if you think about it like that, Durin's actually a hero.
还笑起来，你怎么忽然说起这个？
No, I'm just a little envious, that's all. Not everyone gets a chance to be a hero.
妈妈在后面看着，爸爸在后面看着。
Actually, most of the credit belongs to Albedo.
Then again, barely anyone even remembers you at this point. So I guess there's not much left to envy.
你的好话就不能维持多久一点？
Ah, so you three still remember Durin. Looks like the memory loss hasn't spread to close friends. Yet. I guess that means my memory of you must still be complete as well.
Albedo.
You're finally here! Oh, boy, do we have a whole pile of questions for you!
人都到了。
Oh, you're here too.
你果然也来了。
I think I've pieced together some of what happened to him. But what's your take on things?
Oh, you're here too. Master Jean filled me in on what happened, and I've got a few theories. But let's get on the same page first.
我们要站在这吗？大家交换了一下情报，并检查杜林的身体状况。
Well, physically, he's doing fine. His body is holding the abyssal power at bay. And there's nothing whatsoever to indicate any risk of collapse.
So, from an alchemy point of view, there's nothing wrong with him?
The issue isn't so much that the abyssal power within him has gotten out of control. It's that the connection between his will and body is fading. If he ends up losing his conscious will, his body will fall back on its biological instincts. And that's when the abyssal power within it will take over.
那样的话，最后
This book mentioned a witches' gathering. It seems like quite a few of these witches got themselves involved in Durin's case. Which brings me to my theory. Bringing fairy tale Durin into this world to replace the Durin on Dragonspine means using one Durin's fate to overwrite the others. But the power of alchemy alone would not be enough to pull off such a feat. It would have required the combined use of Miss Barbeloff's astrology, my teacher's alchemy, and Aunt Alice's magic. After learning of Miss Barbeloff's prophecy, Durin and I finally came up with a way to settle the Dragonspine Durin problem for good. And I took care of the alchemy side of things, which, looking back on it, seems to have been a part of their plan all along. So now, there's only one thing missing.
魔法的那一部分。
As for the fate theory our friend in the hat just mentioned, I still can't figure out how any kind of magic could possibly influence the fate of Teyvat. But I'm certain that the answer lies within this book.
他好像对阿茂的叫法不太一样。
So, the reason Alice had us complete this book was to make that magic possible?
A form of magic powerful enough to rewrite fate itself.
Well, we've no time to lose. I just need to take a look at the book. The next part of the story most likely relates to me, so the memory that unlocks it must be connected to me too.
Huh?
The giant tree was home to a broken branch, the shape of its splintered arm aligning perfectly with the branch that had burst forth from the castle walls. Join yourself to that broken bough, for there you may take root at last, and henceforth bask in the sun and rain of the world beyond the castle. But first, fetch the stickiest clay and let it bind the scar of the break.
I see.
最黏的土。
Guided by the breeze, the little dragon arrived at an alchemist's workshop. There he was greeted by a clay figure, a child molded by the sage witch's hands.
黏土人。
Though gentle in appearance, he had inherited his mother's cold, sharp wisdom. And he was determined to avert the calamity the evil dragon would bring. And so was his helper, none other than the little dragon himself.
What is this place?
所以我为什么还是只猫？
It looks like it's modeled after an alchemist's workshop. Or rather, a cliched stereotype of one.
哦，阿贝多的样子也不一样吗？ 这作者是不是对炼金术有一些刻板印象？
Albedo?
嗯？
Hold on. Why do I look like this?
这个形态怎么回事？故事里的黏土人啊，原来是这个。
Oh, yeah! We forgot to tell you. Basically, the characters in the story are reflections of how Durin sees them. 嗯，我怎么会是这个样子？
Hold on. Why do I look like this?
At least you're still human-shaped.
好在还是人形。
Well, since Cat Guy has taken on a different appearance too, that must mean the two of us are both characters in the story.
他是不是偷偷改名叫阿猫？
Well, since Cat Guy has taken on... But you, Paimon, and Durin haven't changed at all. You must be special figures in some way.
完蛋了，他是不是跟赛诺待太久了？
I'd like to know more about that too. But seeing as none of them can explain it, let's just concentrate on moving the plot forward.
先试出看看吧。猫咪占据了桌子。哦，还有一条隐藏道路。
And just like that, the group stumbled upon a hidden passageway. Intricately crafted, it seemed to lead them towards another exciting chapter of the tale.
Come on! What are we waiting for? Next chapter, here we come! Ouch!
But this was a chapter that had not yet been written. Ahead of them was a storyless void, and they could go no further.
What? Then what's the point of having a path here?
作者忽然灵光一闪，然后又没灵光了，没灵感了吧？
Sounds like a pretty bad habit for a writer.
Over here. I found something.
What the clay figure found was none other than the evil dragon's heart itself. Though the creature had perished long ago, its heart was still there, pulsing away and growing warmer with every beat. And the clay alchemist knew what it meant. That the evil dragon would return one day, just as the prophecy had foretold. Yet, guided by his mother's wisdom, he foresaw another fate. If only the alchemist could bestow this heart upon the little dragon, he might be reborn in the evil dragon's stead. Only then would the evil dragon's heart grow still, and the little one inherit its tale.
Sounds like this chapter's about Albedo bringing me to life?
If that really was the solution, though, this would have been over the minute I finished the transmutation. So why is Durin still being forgotten?
There has to be some other reason.
还有没调查的地方，不必急着做决定。
Yeah, I'd like to explore the area a bit more.
Unless the little dragon kept moving, eventually he would be forgotten.
If we go this way, we'll be returning to the castle.
Returning to the castle.
那里没有任何挑战，也失去了所有可能。
Yeah, you'll just be hiding from your problems and pretending like none of this ever happened. Is that really what you want, Durin?
I see. There you are.
Oh, hello there.
Hey, it's Mini Durin again! What are you doing holed up in here?
I was worried I'd scare everyone off, so I've been hiding out here all this time.
和当初一样啊。
You must be really nervous, huh?
I guess I am a little nervous, but I'm also excited. I'm gonna get to stop the evil dragon and even become a human. It's all thanks to that clay man. He's the one who talked me into it. And once I'm a human, I'll be able to make loads of friends and do tons of important things.
You'll make lots of friends, that's for sure. And go on many unforgettable adventures.
I'm so glad to hear it. The only thing is, the clay man said becoming human isn't gonna be easy. So I'm feeling a little anxious too.
He's right about that. Even if you manage to become a human, there will always be tougher challenges on the road ahead.
Really?
But even so, your friends will be there to help you.
Oh? Then I'm not afraid.
Funny, isn't it? After talking to you, I'm not afraid anymore either. So, are you ready now?
Yep, I'm ready to become a human.
What the clay figure found was none other than the evil dragon's heart itself. Though the creature had perished long ago, its heart was still there, pulsing away and growing warmer with every beat. And the clay alchemist knew what it meant. That the evil dragon would return one day.
我漏掉一段，重开看看。
What the clay figure found was none other than the evil dragon's heart itself. Though the creature had perished long ago, its heart was still there, pulsing away and growing warmer with every beat. And the clay alchemist knew what it meant. That the evil dragon would return one day, just as the prophecy had foretold. Yet, guided by his mother's wisdom, he foresaw another fate. If only the alchemist could bestow this heart upon the little dragon, he might be reborn in the evil dragon's stead. Only then would the evil dragon's heart grow still, and the little one inherit its tale. At last, the little dragon accepted the evil dragon's heart, and a new life came into being. The evil dragon's heart beat in his chest, and the little dragon's soul guided him forward. Thus did the prophecy hold true, even as fate had been rewritten. And so was the little dragon born anew.
Finally! A happy ending! That must be the last step, right? Woohoo! We completed the story!
但是我们还在这里。
Born anew, the little dragon set off once more, his story far from over.
Huh? So, that wasn't the end?
What comes next might be the most crucial part of all. The real last step.
If fate really is as devious as they say, then I say, show us what you've got.
邪恶小苗毛。
Wow! You're all so serious all of a sudden.
The evil dragon's heart was now one with the little dragon, yet the dark power within it still lingered. Would the little dragon dare to hold this power back, or would he simply give in?
Hey! What kind of question is that? Of course he's gonna control it! What choice does he have?
Time is running out. So, will the little dragon dare to hold this power back, or would he simply give in?
What's up with the narrator?
Would he dare to hold this power back, or would he simply give in?
Ahead of them was a storyless void, and they could go no further.
Would he dare to hold this power back, or would he simply give in?
The little dragon was at an impasse, and the dark power within him surged like a tide. Unchecked, the darkness engulfed everything around it, including the little dragon's soul. The little dragon's story faded into nothingness, and in the world beyond the castle, only the evil dragon's tale endured.
Is this me?
And so the story ended.
Oh no! What do we do?
Looks like you've discovered another possible ending. Do not lose hope. You just need to keep searching, for there are possibilities that only you can bring to life.
Would he dare to hold this power back?
The little dragon and his companions blank. Blank again.
Huh? What's going on? Are we running out of ink?
Once the ink runs out, is that the end of the story?
I had a feeling this would happen.
What's happening to the others?
Now that the story's ink was spent, all that lay ahead were blank pages.
Looks like you've discovered another possible ending. Do not lose hope. You just need to keep searching, for there are possibilities that only you can bring to life.
What's going on here? Why isn't the story letting Durin just suppress the abyssal power? It keeps getting stuck.
It seems the act of suppressing the power counts as an event in the story. In other words, we would need ink to write it in.
So, what now? Did we use too much earlier? How are we supposed to write a happy ending with only this much left?
或许这个故事本来就还没到结局的时候。
Well, this is Durin's story. As long as he's alive and well, why should it end?
If there really is such a direct correlation between the story and his fate, I may have a potential hypothesis. Durin was, and still is in essence, a storybook character, written into being by M. And I suspect that has remained the case, even after his arrival in Teyvat. Durin was, and still is in essence, a storybook character, written into being by M. From the moment he was born, he has always dwelt within her story. Reviving Durin in the evil dragon's place was an act of grafting this Durin story onto the latter's fate. In essence, that is how his fate was rewritten. But there is a fundamental difference between a being's story and its fate. As Miss Barbeloth reminded us, the fate of every living being in Teyvat has been woven into the fabric of time. Its most natural path, therefore, is to proceed along its given track. But Durin's story, on the other hand,
必须要有一个作者持续书写这个故事。
As Durin's connection to this world wore thin, not only have people started to forget him, he started to lose control of the abyssal power within. In other words, his story can't continue. Because the author's ink is drying up. That's what it seems like to me.
It would seem the little dragon had made a group of fine friends indeed.
Save it. The question is, are you here to help him, or stand in his way?
This is as far as the story can go. What path will you choose?
I
如果故事现在结束的话，杜林会直接消失的。
suppose the final decision is up to me. It's hard to believe I never actually left my mother's story. If that's true, I'd like to go there and see for myself.
By there, I take it you mean the blank pages of the unwritten chapter ahead?
But we still don't even know how Alice's magic works. If Durin belongs inside the story, then going outside of it to some unwritten part, isn't it too risky?
I'm not afraid.
你去吧，我们帮你。
I second that. It would seem this is one answer you need to go seize for yourself.
So be it. Whatever obstacles stand in your way, we'll tear them down together.
invisible. It was as if the little dragon was staring at the uncrossable edge of existence itself. Then, all of a sudden, it began to fracture, as if struck by some transcendent will.
Gotta keep going.
Ahead lies only a storyless void.
My consciousness is slipping away.
Keep going, Durin. A pure soul is your essence, not an empty void.
I feel so weak.
Stand tall, Durin. You are not some amorphous idea. The body I made for you is flesh and bone.
Am I truly alive?
Yes, Durin, but you must keep going. You're as alive and real as I am.
I can't feel a connection.
You're not alone in this world, Durin. At the very least, you have me.
I can't remember anything. Who am I?
Your name is Durin, and there are many who still remember it.
My name is Durin.
You're taking too long. Come on, Durin, run! In this world, fate waits for no one.
Wait! Where am I meant to go? What am I supposed to do?
Go make your wish come true, Durin.
My wish?
Your story's not over yet.
Silence, huh? Have you nothing to say about my proposal?
Let me get this straight. You want to graft your story onto this unfinished thread of fate, and in doing so, not only rewrite that fate, but allow the story to live on.
Quite the brilliant idea. Still, the story's survival depends entirely on whether the author keeps writing.
Exactly. And the moment foretold by the prophecy is still centuries away.
I see.
几百年前，几百年后。
I thought my own ignorance might be the problem. That I'd asked more of the noble science of alchemy than it could ever deliver. or that I had failed to discern the heavenly signs and grasp the secret truth underlying the prophecy. Little did I imagine that time itself would prove to be the greatest hurdle of all.
Well, my friend, this has been a most intriguing experiment. And from an academic perspective, at least, I don't think it was a bad proposal.
Someday, the prophecy will come to pass. So remember, my friend, much like the stars themselves, there will always be something that transcends the test of time.
Thank you, everyone. You've helped me so much already. But, Alice, I still have one final favor to ask of you. Will you lend me your magic one last time, just enough for me to keep his story alive until the prophecy is fulfilled?
You mean you want me to extend your lifespan?
No, not in that sense. As Rheindotter once told me, the laws governing life and death are among the most unyielding in this world. I'm well aware of that. Whether it lasts a day or an age, the span of one's life is determined by fate alone. If I tried to breach that law by force, I'm afraid I would lose what makes me human. This is not a path I want to go down. If I am to die, then I shall die a human.
So, what is it that you want me to do?
I would like you to send this pen of mine into the future.
I see. Then perhaps there really is a way I can help. I could create a kind of story magic to take over the writing once you're gone. Oh, but for it to work, you would need to provide enough of your own words for it to learn from.
How much?
Oh, an immense amount. So much, in fact, that you would have to spend the rest of your life writing. And even then, I'm sorry to say, it would not last forever. No matter how much you write, there is a limit to the number of words you can leave behind. But the world itself will never stop changing. Someday, perhaps, even your entire corpus will not be enough for the magic to continue describing this world. And when that happens, the story will end.
Still, it's worth a try.
Oh.
Oh, my dear Anya. Even after all this time, you're still... Look at you. You should be enjoying your old age in peace and quiet, especially now that things are finally returning to normal after that terrible calamity.
Once he leaves Simulanka, things will only get more complicated. If his story is to continue, There needs to be more material for the magic to draw upon. I'll just have to skip over some of the less important details.
哇，他的壳真的很磕耶。
Anya, why do you insist on sending him out of the storybook world? Why must he face his fate in Tibet? Why not just let him remain within the story? With my magic, even fate's curse could be undone and he could live happily ever after.
I suppose. In fairy tales, all it takes is a heartfelt wish. And even a wooden puppet can turn himself into a real boy and live happily ever after.
这不是那个吗？木偶奇遇记。
That's just how fairy tales end, isn't it? But have you ever wondered what happens to the main character after the ever after? Tell me, Alice, in your eyes, what would be a writer's greatest regret?
To leave a story without an ending.
Not a bad answer. It's true, many writers come to consider that their greatest regret. But I see things differently. My greatest regret is that every story I write has to come to an end in the first place.
Anya.
No matter how brilliantly a character shines, the moment their story ends, their potential is lost forever. For them, the story itself becomes an inescapable fate. But what if, instead, I could place my pen in their hand and let them continue the story themselves?
You mean...
You said it yourself. I can only leave so many words behind. Even with your magic, the idea that I could keep the story going until the prophecy comes to pass is wishful thinking at best. But I've found a way to use your magic to transform some of my finished stories into a special kind of ink. This ink is a magical medium he can use to complete the story the way he wants to. For what is storytelling but another kind of magic? And if he can experience the whole tale himself while leaving behind his own wishes and aspirations, even once he reaches the chapter where I stopped, he'll still be able to carry the story forward on his own. And so, by leaving him this ink, I can entrust him with the responsibility of writing his own story.
A character with the power to write their own story.
That way, he'll finally be free from the cage that is my pen. And like anyone else living in the real world, he can go on to create a life of his own.
And you no longer need to worry about the constraints of my magic. What a brilliant idea, Anya! But there are still risks. First of all, once he arrives in Teyvat, he'll have to rely entirely on the story you left him to maintain his connection to that world. As you gradually hand over creative control, that connection will grow weaker, and at some point, he might lose it altogether.
But at the same time, he'll also have the chance to forge that connection for himself.
The issue is, this method taps into too many of Tevet's core secrets. Any overt hints you try to leave will be erased in no time. In fact, it'd be hard for you to leave anything at all to guide them.
We still have the story itself, though. I can use that to show them the way.
It's entirely possible he burns through all your ink, never reaches the chapter you had in mind, and gets stuck, roaming the chapters of his past. But despite all that,
I still believe in what this child can become. His hopes and wishes can be his ink, so he won't be trapped by mine running dry.
Oh, what the writer you are, Anya. Your imagination never ceases to amaze. And you do know how much I love a happy ending. You shall have my help, my dear.
Thank you, my friend.
豆林这次的故事是在跟隔壁打对台吗？
Well then, my child, do you understand what you must do?
Yes, I think I do. It's my turn to keep this story alive.
Then what's holding you back?
What will become of you after I take up this pen?
I will fade away. There will no longer be a reason for me to go on existing. My child, or your mother, I should say, passed away long ago. The voice you're hearing is nothing but a magical echo that has now fulfilled its purpose. You needn't feel so reluctant to
他的
let
阴
me
影是不是出了 bug？
I know my mother died long ago. It's just, when you lose your mom too soon, it's hard to tear yourself away from the stories she used to read. I guess it's a silly way of pretending she's still here, by your side.
Durin.
But after coming to this world and traveling it with my friends, facing all kinds of enemies together, I suddenly realized I couldn't just sit around listening to my mother's stories because I'd found a new purpose in life. Maybe this is just what growing up feels like. With all my new friends waiting, it's time I finally set aside my mother's storybook. I'm ready to grow up now, Mom.
Then take this. A gift I should have given you a long time ago. You've witnessed this story from the very beginning. Made your wishes, offered your blessings, and even wrote your choices into its pages. From here on out, this pen is yours. Now I ask of you, the other pillar of this story, as both its reader and its witness. Will you turn the page so the next chapter can begin?
所以原来我又是见证者。翻到下一页。第六幕命运。
Suddenly and without warning, the powers of darkness struck. The question was, could the little dragon prevail? Alas, it was here that the story witch's tale had to end.
But Durin's tale, on the other hand, had only just begun. Stepping into his mother's memories, he picked up her pen. And so the story that was ending began anew. He had made up his mind to challenge the fate that barred the way ahead.
Looks like this is the final step.
A chance to strike back at fate? Now that's not something that comes knocking every day.
No, that fate no longer defines me. In the end, only my story shall endure. Devouring claw! The abyss is burning shadow!
No dodging this one. Here, I'll help lift you up.
哇，是伞兵的那个。
Only my story shall endure. Watch out! Decay! New life!
这熟悉的战斗。
Looks like there's nowhere to hide. Here, I'll cover for you.
另一个图案出现。
This time, the light prevails. Thank you, Mom.
然后他的帮助里面没有我们。
And so it was that Durin defeated the darkness and rewrote his fate. But his story is far from over. Is everyone okay?
哦，他的脚。
We're fine, thanks. And hey, we all saw how you fought back there. That was awesome.
杜林身上装置似乎有变化。
I have to admit, I do feel like something in me has changed.
哦，对，他多了一些。
I owe you all so much. Without your help, I don't know if I could have ever made it this far.
Just a shame I could only help out from the sidelines. Like I said before, it's not every day that you get to put fate in its place.
Well, I'm sure you'll hear it someday.
Hear what?
The chance to strike back at fate knocking at your door.
Yeah, maybe someday.
Allow me to just check one thing. Yes. The abyssal power within you has stabilized again. And those strange symptoms you were experiencing seem to have completely disappeared.
Oh, thank goodness!
大功告成。
I wonder what it means, though. Aside from the principles of alchemy, what other law of this world governs his being?
Look, it all turned out fine, so just leave it at that. Now that this one's out of danger, it's time for me to get out of here.
You're leaving so soon? Well, don't humans usually throw a party after something like this?
A party? Do I look like that kind of guy?
你拒绝不了他的。
Anyway, come find me again next time you're in trouble. That's what friends are for, right?
他这种性格还是没变的。
In a way, though, he is right. This is Durin's moment to celebrate, not the time for academic discussions.
Hey, I don't blame you for asking. And honestly, I'd be perfectly happy to talk about it. It's just, I wouldn't even know where to start.
It's all right. I'm sure we'll get a chance at some point. After all, your story's only just begun. All right then. Traveler and Paimon, we'll part ways here. Given the extraordinary nature of the things we witnessed today, I need to make sure it's all recorded properly.
Okay, see ya! So, it's party time next? Huh?
你怎么这时候才接上？
Congratulations on completing your mission. Now then, as per our agreement, it's about time you returned that book.
She must have known the moment we finished. Just like she said she would.
I've heard dressing appropriately is a must for socializing.
干的，我真是没有拿到你这个角色，你给我这个，吐了。有一种在解那个绝去主线，然后我们还没有抽到真斗的感觉。
Oh, my writer and witness. It's been quite the journey, hasn't it?
You had special plans for the Traveler from the start, didn't you?
But of course, that goes without saying. For a story to live on, it needs both a writer and a reader. Only then can my magic take effect. I chose the Traveler as the witness because of the special nature of who she is.
你怎么在这？
It's not easy finding someone with that kind of background, you know. For a moment, I even considered taking the role myself.
反正解释权完全在你。
At least it made for an interesting story, right?
Huh? What are you doing here, tone-deaf bard?
With the Hexenzirkel carrying out such a risky experiment in Mondstadt, it didn't cross your minds that the Animo Archon might be slightly curious?
Sorry for the trouble, Lord Barbados.
Think nothing of it. I dare say the Animo Archon quite enjoyed coming along for the ride. Now then, as agreed, let us see the fruits of your labor.
Here, please take a look.
Well. Somehow, despite all my careful planning, it still turned out to be full of surprises. It never even crossed my mind that Rhindotter's child would be capable of handling that kind of alchemy in her stead. When he asked for help with the materials, oh my, I nearly couldn't believe it. If only the others were here too. We could all celebrate together.
I'm right here, you know. The only one who hasn't responded is the one busy stuffing her face over there.
Is that you, Barbie? A little late to the party, don't you think?
Come here, child. Let me take a closer look at you.
乱扔东西。
All right, Aunt Seer Witch. Here I am.
Come here, child. Let me take a closer look at you.
All right, Aunt Seer Witch. Here I am.
Just as I thought. This child's fate does not appear among the stars. Anya has accomplished what almost no one before her could.
What does that mean?
Child, all you need to know is that you're very lucky indeed.
Oh.
所以到底是什么意思呢？茶杯不再发出声音，那位魔女的思绪或许已经离开这里了。
Just like how she was in the story, huh?
Tell me, little Durin, what will you do next? I, for one, cannot wait to see how your story unfolds.
Well, there's so much I want to do. I'm not even sure where to begin.
How about settling your most recent regret?
最近期啊，叫来的是不是？
Not so fast, Tone-Deaf Bard. What exactly did you just tell Durin to do?
To make the long overdue wish come true.
Thank you once again, Alice.
How much time do you have left?
I believe these should be my final moments. Just enough time to say goodbye to my dearest friend.
This feels like having to say our final goodbyes all over again. I don't like it. Not one bit.
I don't know how to respond to that. Strange. You were always such a cheerful figure in my stories. I even dubbed you the Merry Witch, you know.
Oh, please. You know full well it was your stories that first taught me what true pain and sadness felt like.
Oh.
Aside from saying goodbye to me, shouldn't you also leave a few words for the child? Since the book will be his to continue, why don't you write him a little parting note?
There's no need. His mother already did that long, long ago. All that remains is for me to convey it on her behalf. My child, these may be the last words I get to leave you. I've always thought of the characters in my stories as my children, loving each one of them, just like a mother would. But you are the most extraordinary of them all. You alone can defy the fate of this world and write the perfect ending to my story. You alone shall leave these pages for a future I will not see. Still I say to you, fly, my sweet child. Just like a forest breeze yearns for the open sky, head into the unknown and seek an adventure to call your own. If you meet a dragon bright as 1,000 jewels, dance through the air together. You are not alone, for this world has accepted your place in it. Do not lose heart. You still have many wishes left to fulfill. A long tale awaits you, my love. Let songs and flowers be the ink that fills its pages. Take my pen and use it to continue your story.
There you go! Your very own copy of the book. We wouldn't want one of the story's key witnesses to leave empty-handed now, would we? Of course, this copy isn't magical in the same way, but rest assured, all the twists and turns are still there.
And so they flew together, Durin and Dvalin, over the skies of Mondstadt. Who'd have thought such words could ever have described a happy ending, huh?
Hmm, 可惜这里不会有。
We'll discuss my feat.
新年感谢20小起点。
Ad Ast. Thank you for Ad Ast.
Suddenly and without warning.
哦，原来是这样。什么音乐事件？感谢追随。缺的20，我要哪里补？哦，有活动，对对对。 看着看着，害我好想吃爆米花哦！干。该请虎威登场了，笑死！329。可恶的秦团长！
A walk would be nice.
Gather!
Hand it over! You're my target!
This is order.
You're not going anywhere!
Overruled.
Stabilize.
Finders keepers! You're my target!
Transfixed.
Solidify.
Smash and grab!
I will have order.
You're not going anywhere! Hand it over!
Overruled.
Stabilize.
Transfixed.
Gather.
还是你来，你还活盾撑得住，笑死。
Laid bare.
Solidify.
哎，不对，你的武器总不是这一把。什么东西？怎么这么早就更新出来了？
The White Horse. An old acquaintance, and one I haven't met in a very long time. One laments spring nights, how short they last, and autumn days that quickly pass. A steed that bolts and swiftly flees. A candle shivering in the breeze. Natlan's long history of struggle fueled its warriors to overcome the abyss and transcend fate to forge a new future. Behind this triumph stands a leader who wields both time and history as her weapons. With a level of strength that rivals the gods, she is impressive indeed.
哦，这边更新上来了，居然太让我惊讶了。
Another one of Madame Mage's children here in Mondstadt. What fun! My new little friend looked like he wanted to play with a certain older, bigger friend of mine. So I arranged a little introduction, and voila! It turns out my big friend was the more excited of the two. Why, you should have seen him jumping for joy, patting his belly, and dancing in circles. Oh dear. Did you hear what I just said? Quick, let's take cover behind that tree. This world sure is cruel, forcing generation upon generation of human heroes to become... Oh, traveler.
笑死。
I wonder if becoming human was an evolution or regression to
现在
her.
终于可以看到这个。
How did it feel? I once saw the 3 moons of Tevat when I was passing through the false sky. Lost power is always reclaimed in the end. The last time...
我看看哦。如果他接下来会因为每个角色每个地区都会有一个增强角色的课题的话，我觉得这样还挺不错的。克罗琳德有吗？好像没有。
I've heard that she's a perfume.
OK， 没有。赛诺没有停班过，这边还是没有。
Yume Mizuki.
我下次下次记得要写下来。哦，不对，他们还有另一个问题来着，他们还没有全部替换过来。
Monsieur. Miss Escoffier is a...
The weather is damp and chilly.
The Abyss manifests its power in a manner that is most devastating to the place in question. In Sumeru, it was forbidden knowledge. In Natlan, it was monstrous creatures. Our experience combating the Abyss is inapplicable to Natlan for that very reason. But I still regret that I was unable to offer aid. Thankfully, the crisis has now been resolved, and Malika said many Natlanese are planning to visit Sumeru. I plan to welcome them with open arms.
The
Pyro Archon triumph.
She always seems engrossed in her research. I wonder if those machines have anything to do... The Fatui Harbingers are ranked by strength. Look, I've got nothing against people who have their own agendas. I don't know what his motivations could be, but he's... Oh, now that guy has a head full of grand... I heard that he took segments of himself...
这边也还没有补上 ，OK。
She left a very... for him?
迪西亚的好像没有增。
Oh yeah.
萧公的好像也没有。胡桃的不知道补上。
Lanyan, you say?
哦，对，胡桃早就补上了，想起来了。可惜他没有增加对奈弗尔的对话，觉得小可惜。
I plan to have Lady Shinyun over for a casual conversation.
我记得林尼特好像有一个东西。
I saw her tail wagging today. Must.
林尼特的也不上。我记得早佑当时没有受到影响，砂糖应该要等之后。这边还没，有2个。
Grandmaster Varka is not only. The Grandmaster said that.
Has Professor
我还蛮惊讶，罗莎莉亚居然没有对杜林的对话。还有伊法也没有这件事情。多利反而不用担心，我记得多利好像全都有。9条不知道后面会不会补上。对，说不定到期会来那个，来一个。来一个正版在山林里面的那个天狗，说不定这样也不错。这边也还在换，这里要等。算了，算了，这不多说。我记得佳明好像有蛮多被。
Being friends with Lanyan is a food lover's dream. You gotta ask her to take you into the mountains to try the local dishes. There's even a place where you can bring your own ingredients. Just tell her Gaming told you about it, and she'll know the one. Oh, the mountain roads are hard to navigate, so you'll definitely need her to lead the way. Don't want you getting lost out there. Anyway, eat as much as you want, okay? The boss is my friend, so just put it on my tab and call it a day.
玩他跟东铁的谁是同一个配音啊？忘记了。香菱有可能回来吗？还没，香菱还没有回来。
Glova loves.
香菱的状况有点特殊，特殊到我不知道该怎么说。
Do you know if he drinks a lot of wine as part of church ceremonies? Because his alcohol tolerance is through the steeple. The first time we got to know each other was when I lost to him in a drinking contest. Well, the Animo Archon loves his wine, so it's fitting that his spokesperson is such a devoted advocate for the wonders of alcohol.
你还跟他比喝酒啊？哦，雷泽应该不对，我觉得他没有，他没有新的。
You heard that I've.
也不知道芭芭拉配音的那位配音演员身体如何，希望好一点了。
Noelle is. The first time God. 干！我看太久了，他妈的！喂。
我没有很想要暗光像那一套武器，说实在的，我先动一下其他游戏。这边也差不多动完，因为主要是因为一直卡杜林的那个传说，所以我必须要分2天爬一次的关系。不过我觉得他这次蛮有趣的是，他有蛮多岔路可以选的，这件事情其实还蛮吸引人的，对我来说了。希望他之后会再多跟少女有关的对话。
She is a very special harbinger. Pose her a question, and the answer you receive will be entirely unpredictable, if she sees fit to give a proper answer at all. Regardless, any answer you do receive is sure to be an interesting one. When I was imprisoned, it was the Tsaritsa who pardoned me and gave me the title of Harbinger. I could sense she was a person of true sincerity and compassion, unlike all those pompous hypocrites with their posturing and rhetoric. Yet, it's difficult to say whether her compassion alone is enough to melt the ice and snow that permeates her land. All I can say is this. If we are forced to be at odds one day, I will raise my weapon against her without hesitation. Because that is the greatest level of respect I am able to bestow. As the original Harbinger, much about him remains a mystery. Upon our first meeting, he recognized my background with ease. Yet, to this day, I know little about him. He is very powerful. And that power comes with a high level of responsibility. However, I believe him to be someone worthy of respect, independent of the power he holds. When I first took over the House of the Hearth, he proposed a number of plans for us to work together. He wanted me to send any rejects to him. He planned to experiment on them and then share the results with me. I heard that he and the previous knave had quite the professional rapport in that regard. All I can say is that if he weren't one of my fellow harbingers, I would have expedited their happy little reunion long ago. The rooster holds little love for me, and the feeling is mutual. He is an acceptable mayor, I suppose. Perhaps even an exceptional one. He has an uncanny ability to make great gains at a small price, which has earned him substantial acclaim throughout his political circles. However small the price may be, if it continues to come at the expense of my organization, sooner or later... I have little interest in her. She's extremely passionate about her research and does not appear in public often. In fact, many of our officers have yet to see her at all. Compared to, let's say, someone who would go so far as to create segments of themselves to better wander across the land, I suppose you could say she is at the other end of the extreme. I won't deny that he is a capable and imaginative individual, but he lacks clarity. He can formulate grand plans and manipulate the economy with ease, yet at the same time, he allows his actions to be governed by the vengeance and hatred locked in the depths of his heart. Rational people often believe themselves capable of controlling their emotions, but I believe that confidence is their greatest weakness. She and Piero were the first harbingers I became acquainted with. Her prideful attitude when she first visited the House of the Hearth failed to earn her many friends among the children. Subsequent visits were accompanied by gifts, and the stately claim that those who dislike me shall receive none. The children quickly learned how to play pretend, and she in turn basked in their attention, superficial though it may have been. I imagine she quite enjoyed being surrounded by children, perhaps due to the persistent loneliness that plagued her. I found her sacrifice to be a great shame. May she be reunited with her lover in death. Objectively speaking, his personality is ill-suited to that of a harbinger. He often tries to think the best of others and finds himself used by them as a result. Of course, he is very talented. With time, I'm sure he'll come into his own. I see no need to judge him too early.
Miss Yelan is one of the Curatorium's... No, make that the entire Northern Intelligence Network's most valued clients. Whenever she comes looking for intel, she pays up front, in cash, and in full. She never leaves me even the slightest room to cash in a favor in the future. Even with the most sensitive intel, which I don't give out easily, she'll throw down twice, even 3 times the asking price, without flinching. Until I finally cave in and hand it over. People from Liyue Harbor sure know how to spend, I'll give them that. Must be nice having that kind of money.
Staring into my eyes is ill-advised. I can...
trust you, but you can rely on me sometimes. It's showtime! Suppressing!
Into the dark!
I can help you ward off misfortune and disaster.
Looking for intel? Or hiring me for a job?
You want me to completely look the part? No way. Do you have any idea how much makeup that'd take? Forget it.
I can help you ward off misfortune.
You want me to completely look the part? No way. Do you have any idea how much makeup that'd take? Forget it.
Not done yet! Take this.
Slumber in the mist. Get back! Like a shadow!
My turn. Easy. Watch and learn. Nowhere to run!
It's showtime! Suppressing!
Perfect running away. Too late!
The battlefield's not bad, and the opponent's not too shabby either.
Here I come.
getting serious. Take this.
Wanna play a game?
Monato! Like a shadow!
Begging for mercy. Should have started with that.
Slumber in the name of the Night Emissary! Provide cover fire!
Watch and learn.
Circle them!
Here I come. Come on, show me what you're made of. Watch and learn.
Reaper Shockwave!
Back off!
Monato! It shows a presence!
Not done yet!
Circle them! Mario, get back!
Wanna play a game?
Begging for mercy. Should have started with that.
多领儿做大概流程就是每天打卡学习一个语言，通关了一次3天。还算简单，干我不会上多邻国的当的。 猫头鹰表示，他给的东西除非够好，不然别想让我去。不然你告诉我他给什么？联名跟限定的食谱，完蛋了，我是一个食谱收集控。是哪一个？是什么食谱？叫什么？我思考一下。60石头加限定头像，还是我去拜托莱拉。我记得莱拉好像有多邻国。哇，什么？这种绿色机？32.9kg。所以是要在多邻国里面接一个任务，是跟原神有关的才行咯。哇，对，除了陆服，其他服都有。可是我就怕多邻国从此以后会开始威胁我。拿到奖励就删除啊，他说不定会偷偷寄讯息过来呀。只有 App。登入才会请了，所以只有你把那个 app 留着的情况下，它才会请了你的概念吗？我记得多邻国的请了是不是已经形成了一种怎么讲那个贩售效应？我载回来它就 请了我了。他对你说什么？快点快点！我想要知道他对你说什么，一定好笑。标题。叉叉注册名，你在搞抽象？为什么是这一句话？搞抽象吗？是什么意思啊？我也不知道，你也不知道，那我们永远不会有这个答案。我是会拿，从现在看起来，我好像也得拿了几个秀。反正3天横，拜拜。哇，你是真渣。所以多邻国到底是一个什么样的软体啊？就是我知道它是学习软体，但它是这波很真狠。对，我知道它是学语言的软体，我的意思是别的意思，我要怎么解释啊？我们是否应该先从各种语言的定义有点少这件事情开始讨论？它还有数学，你的多邻国的邻国会不会哪里怪怪的？干嘛？是跟奇诺之旅一样哦？有什么数学之国吗？我知道多邻国有一个，还有音乐，哈哈。我觉得它应该是因为它已经发展成一个蛮成熟的学习平台，那它不如就包山包海进来吧，我猜应该是这样子。那个绿色猫头鹰实在是太经典了，我觉得。我觉得横向发展也是一个不错的选择。从商业角度来说，其实还蛮成功的。就他这个选择也没什么错，太微妙。还有象棋哦，看你让我想到教人还要教人象棋的部分。刘英有确定要？我知道是国际象棋吧？那不就西洋棋吗？ 他已经无敌了。那你要永远始终相信他永远不会教一样东西，他永远不会教什么，教解剖，特别是教如何解剖猫头鹰，我就不信他会，我不信，他只要给我出，我会很期待。多邻国下载人数突然增加，你有什么头绪吗？大家都对，大家都要斗夜痛啊！You have any idea? No, I don't know. 太好笑了。
I have 2 guns, so double the accuracy.
Standing nothing to fear. The cunning hairs are here.
我记得他之前有活动在突起过啊，然后就有人问我说，怎么突然有多邻国？然后我就跟他说哈。然后看了一下，哦，对，有活动，害人家被吓一跳。我觉得选原神算是一个蛮好的选择，因为他当初就有主打国际市场，或者该说多语言，所以我觉得他选的其实还蛮对的。重点在于他选的对这一点实在是很靠北，哪里都躲不掉。重点是什么？重点是他选的很对。另外，它本来就有蛮多各种语言去混合出来的词，所以我觉得它算是一个蛮适合这样子做的。那个像哦，我之前就有。再想一次就头痛一次。你们知道那个兰纳罗那一段啊？那一段剧情里面呢、他们的所有的名词都是混合的吗？我这样讲会不会没什么概念？就它兰纳罗这个词啊，就阿拉那拉的这个词，阿拉是那个梵文国际标准梵文的森林的意思，然后那拉是人类的梵文的名字的意思，所以它是森林之子的概念，森林人类的这个词去组起来的。然后那时候我就有看到有人去整理出全部的梵文的解析，或者说真的，然后我还顺便把它 copy 下来，把它放在我的文章里面。啊，大家没用的知识要增加喽，大概这样。
Take your time. I'm listening.
Today's reading is Be a Hero.
What brings you?
How about a little late-night adventure? I hate this weather's We're going now? No problem. On my way. Hey, dear. What kind of fun job have you got me into this time? open.
我稍微离开一下。什么暴力队伍？打0号用而已啊，这很暴力哦。 是说你0号好像这对，那你刚才在讲什么？用过流音之后就回不去了。好哦。
Starlight, it's time to shine!
Standing, nothing to fear. I can help.
Hey dear, this weather's perfect for a little exploring.
Wata-ana?
Since we're waiting, why not do a fortune reading?
会发光的师傅。
Is it my shift again? Yeah. A complaint? Too late for that.
好。
Soar with the wind.
Dial 1 for complaints. Dial 2 for a chat.
Take this.
Switching to business mode. If you spot an ethereal, shout for help. Fast asleep.
step back. Shift. Cycle of yin and yang. Scatter. She and mind as one.
Intercept! Seal! The verdict is... unforgivable!
Disappointing. Focus. What a nuisance.
The name of the night, emissary! It's showtime!
An opening. Swift yet still. Clear yet murky. Concentrate. Obliterate form and spirit. As decreed. Shift. Let's make this quick.
Clean it up.
Weakling.
Special service. Material, shout for help. Intercept. Seal! Break! Forward! Pretty cool, huh?
Focus. Your fate is sealed.
So one for complaints. Hello? This is the end for you! Reaper Chaplain!
Be gone! Swift yet still. Release! Shift! Yep.
Switching to business mode. complaint? Too late for that! Back to sleep!
Obliterate form and spirit. Scatter. Focus. Concentrate.
Thanks, Barry. He's already charging us.
Clean it up! Drawn from countless legends, melodies, and dreams!
Allow me. Shift. Focus. Evil shall be purged.
Sorry for the wait, dear! Intercept! Wanna play a game?
Swift yet still. As decreed. Shift.
Forward! Research!
Thanks, Barry. He's already charging us.
The verdict is unforgivable!
Allow me. Concentrate. Evil shall be purged. Focus.
Got one for complaint!
Disappointing.
Try this! Like a shadow!
Shift. Concentrate. Swift yet still. Release. Focus. Yin and Yang converge.
A complaint? Too late for that! Clean it up! My apologies!
Too slow. Swift yet still, clear yet murky.
New spoils.
To the skies!
不过你在想什么？
The attacks from behind hurt the most. What? I got you. Research.
An opening. Focus.
那绿色的鸡腿。
Can't do that, dear.
Weakling. Shift. Obliterate form and spirit.
是不是吧？大概就是力将。
Concentrate.
Switching to business mode. Drawn from countless legends, melodies, and dreams. Wanna play a game?
Allow me. Shift. Concentrate. Cycle of yin and yang. Scatter. Your fate is sealed.
Like a shadow. Got one for complaints. My special move. Thanatos Storm.
Focus. Shift. Concentrate.
Back to sleep. 5-star review.
Evil shall be purged. Yeah! Swift yet still. Release. Clarity and impurity.
Intercept. Reverse shockwave.
Leave it there. Focus. Concentrate. Swift yet still, clear yet murky.
Switching to business. Forward. Yep. The verdict is unforgivable.
An opening. Shift.
Ominous echoes. Faithful companions, hear my call. This stage is mine.
Constant obliterate form and spirit. As decreed.
Clean it up. Hey, hey, hi there. Shoot, got one for complaints. Dial 2 for a chat. If you spot an ethereal,
take this.
is sealed.
Like a shadow. A complaint? Too late for that.
Cycle of yin and yang. Your fate is sealed. Focus.
Intercept. Seal.
Let despair fester.
Wait.
Disappointing.
Worn out already? Special service! Hello? This is the end for you! Dial 1 for complaints, dial 2 for a chat. Spot interference, spot interference, spot interference, spot interference! Showtime! The name of the night, emissary! Pretty, right?
Slip yet still. Release.
Fire! The verdict is unforgivable!
Evil shall be purged. Take this.
Try this! Special service!
Strike like fire. Adapt and thrive. then act.
哎，莫名的赢了。
The array is aligned. Power flows through the ley lines. Small streams converge into deep waters. Balance regained.
What are you?
Ah, 你跟我说，卖他了。
我打。我的打。我打。
Small streams converge into deep waters.
两个黑米利亚好可怕！我赢了，我怎么赢的
？Balance regained.
我的，
打到以太就懒了。我也是要拿到最高等的，可是我还没拿到，还在努力。 有望有望，哈哈，下来吧。
哎呀！
我到的。
没呀！ 我的大，我的，哎呀，我完了，我散了。
はい、成功。
我等呢。
耶，应该可以拿到了。布林。
I shall follow your orders.
Soldier Orphan.
I'm not late, am I?
I am the...
A summer day with Lord Payton.
Only you have my complete support.
Soldier Orphan.
I'm not late, am I?
I've got your back.
Need something? Go ask my colleagues.
Come to the seaside with me, Lord Payton.
Is it time to clock out?
Eradicate all evil.
哎，刚好跟都同一边。 好，我们今天就到这边结束吧。一样直播记录会在 YouTube 开台，资讯会在推特跟 Discord。明天是画图台，那大概就这样了，拜拜。